welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, what's up? My name is Lisa. Definitely make sure you subscribe. I am sitting on the floor right now. I thought this was kind of like a cute and chill background. Excuse any noises in the back. I'm like right in front of my window. For today's video, I will be showing you kind of my go-to everyday makeup. I don't wear makeup every day, but I kind of just put this on whenever I am filming or taking Instagram photos. Yeah, let's just go ahead and get started. So the first thing I'm going to do is prime. And for this, I'll be using the Too Faced Hangover RX and the Benefit Professional. This one I kind of just put all over my face, and the Benefit Professional I put in my T-zone. I should probably this out of my face. So I've recently purchased this again because I just remember how much I loved this when I used it probably like 6 months ago. I wanted to get it again. The lighting might change a bit throughout this video because I'll just use this one when it gets a bit dark. I'm using natural lighting. This one is like my go-to. I really like it and it lasts you a very long time as well. The sun just went behind the clouds, so that just made my video so dark. So I wasn't wearing foundation for the longest time. I just didn't really like how it looked on me anymore, but I started using the Maybelline Fit Me again. This one is in the color 332, and honestly, like, it looks really good on my skin. I have so many expensive foundations and for some reason none of them currently look good on me. Like, I just feel like it enhances like all the texture on my face, and this one just doesn't. It just works really well. I'm blending it in with a beauty blender. I also really like the color on this. It's like a perfect match to my body, not my face, but you get the point. My skin has been going through it. Like, I'll have moments where it clears up and now it's just kind of like all over the place. But I really wanted to go see a dermatologist or like just get like facials done, but because of corona, obviously they're all closed. After corona, I definitely want to start seeing like a skincare specialist or something, and someone who can like help me with the problems that I have. Definitely don't have any severe acne or anything, but I have a lot of texture, a lot of like clogged pores, like whiteheads all the time, always popping them myself, which is really bad. Next up, I'm going to use the Tarte Shape Tape in Deep, and I'm just going to use this to do like some contouring. It's not like a super dark shade, it just gives a little bit of like a bronze to my skin, and I like doing this before I go in with my highlighting concealer so that I can like fully blend everything together. This concealer literally matched my face last summer, so you can tell how light I've gotten, and I'm just hoping that one way or another I'll be able to get my tan back even though I'm not going on vacation. That would be so good. Okay, so for my highlighting concealer, I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Warm Beige, and I'm running out, but I have a backup. So this is kind of where I place the concealer, and I can get through this routine quite fast. Like, obviously now I'm like explaining what I'm doing, but usually I just kind of pick up and go. I can definitely get this done within like 20 minutes if I want to. I'm gonna leave this part to dry a little bit more so that it gives me a bit more coverage. But I already take this concealer and I always kind of bring it up like that because it like, I don't know, I like how that looks. It really opens up this area, and I look insane right now. I'm just gonna let that dry for like a second. Okay, so now I'm gonna just blend that out. The sun keeps like going behind clouds. It's really annoying. Most people would now go in and like set their face, but I actually just like leaving it there for a bit. Don't know why, I just kind of started doing this. So I actually go in and do my brows now. I used to be a brows first type of person, but since I've been going for a more natural brow, I actually prefer doing my brows like when my base is wet so that I can still carve them out with concealer, but the concealer just kind of blends into the base. So I use the Anastasia brow powder. It's like a duo. Mine's in Ebony, and I use the darker shade, and I just kind of trace my like natural brow shape, I guess. Just kind of filling it in because it's quite sparse. Like, I don't have that many brow hairs. Kind of like that. And then I actually have some leftover foundation on my palette, and I'm just gonna take that and carve out the shape of my brows. Kind of like that. It's like super natural. My hair is currently like pulled back, so I have a little bit more of a brow lift. So now I'm just gonna do the other brow. Usually in between I kind of work on both of them just to make sure they're kind of like the same. This one looks a lot better. I don't know why. I always go through phases where like one brow looks better than the other. Sure, everyone has that. Currently, this brow just looks a lot better. Alright, so now it is time to set my face, and I'm gonna start off with obviously my under eyes because they're very creased right now, and I'm using the Laura Mercier translucent powder for this, and just like a brush. I kind of prefer setting with a brush over baking with a sponge now. I just feel like it looks a lot more, I don't know, it's just not as cakey and dry. So I just go in and like press away any creases, and then I add powder. I try to put it on like very lightly, kind of dab it on there so I don't move the product too much. Just gonna do the same thing on this side. When you like tap away the creases, you want to do it very lightly because you don't want to move the product or like get rid of product. And like essentially I'm still kind of baking a little bit, but just a lot lighter, I feel like. And I do end up creasing a little bit because I just don't bake as harsh as I used to. I personally don't mind it too much. Just gonna set my lids. Gonna set my smile lines, and then I'm gonna take a big fluffy brush and take some more of that powder and just like apply it on my T-zone to set the rest because I do get oily there, and then bring any excess over to the rest of my face just to kind of help just to kind of help when I'm like blending out bronzer and stuff. Now I'm gonna go in with the Makeup Geek bronzer in Tawny, and I'm taking this like super fluffy like tapered brush and just kind of dipping it in there and doing circular motions to kind of contour and bronze. I love being super bronzed, especially now that I'm not really tan. It's just great to add some artificial bronzer. After this, I'm going in with the Kylie Cosmetics pressed bronzer in Almond. I'm pretty much doing the same thing but bringing it a bit higher up. So the first one I kind of brought more into like contour areas, and this one I'm just kind of blending everywhere. I'm also going to be blending this one onto my nose. If I end up looking orange, mind your business. Then I take this one, put it onto my nose. And then I take it's kind of like a blending, like an eyeshadow blending like brush. It's very small like that. And I take that into the Makeup Geek bronzer. I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit. So I take it down there, kind of like that. I kind of bring it like a bit below where my actual nose like creases, if that makes sense. Kind of creating a faux crease. Blending it a bit with the bronzer brush to kind of get it everywhere. Now we're going in with blush. I love blush. This is my favorite one. It's Bobbi Brown in, why is there a lash on there? It's a Bobbi Brown blush in Sand Pink. My allergies are so bad. And I just take this and bring it onto my nose bridge as well. Give the healthy blush look. I'm gonna go back in with the Tawny bronzer, and I'm gonna use it on my eyes today. I don't do this all the time. I kind of just do whatever color I'm feeling, but I'm taking that brush that I used to contour my nose. So I add some of the bronzer there and kind of take it outwards to create more like a hollow look. Kind of creates definition and stuff. I want to dabble back into eyeshadow. I just have never been very good at it. I also never really watch makeup tutorials anymore, so I should probably start doing that again so I can learn new stuff. So now we're going to do the liner, which has been my favorite thing ever. I take the Juvia's Warrior 2 palette, and I like mixing these dark shades onto this liner brush. I do have hooded lids, so I can't just put my eyeliner there because it's gonna like go into the fold. So I make sure that I press it where my eye doesn't fold. Kind of going from like my outer corner like that, and then oh, it's so scary. Sometimes I mess up. It always looks a little bit different because liner is not my best. And sometimes I go back in with that brush that I used to clean up my brows. And then I take that down here as well. Slightly like that. And then I also take it in the inner corner a bit, very lightly. I'm not very good at making that like pointy look, but I just very lightly, oh my god, it's also itching my eyes. I very lightly kind of press it there. And like as you can see, I did the liner where my eye doesn't fold, so that it doesn't look weird. Like it just, I don't know. Gonna do the other eye now. I'm trying to focus and get them somewhat even. This one looks so much better than this one. Okay, so that's the eyes for now. Whew. That takes a lot of concentration. Now I'm just gonna spray my face with some setting spray. So I first go in with the NYX matte finish spray. Then I do the, what's this called? Radiant finish. I'm gonna go ahead and put some brow gel on. So this is the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. It's a really good one. Love it. Just kind of brushing through. And now I'm gonna go in and do my faux freckles. So I use Freck for this. I first just do like beauty spots, and I always do one by my lip. And then I kind of just also add the ones that I already have but that got covered with makeup, and then just do some random ones. And also just adding some like freckles on the side, because I have those but you can't really see them. While it's still wet, just kind of patting it in, and that just creates a very light freckled look, and I really like it. This looks even better if you like barely have any face like makeup on like your actual skin. Usually I put them on like any like little pimples that I have, like cover the texture. It's gonna be hard to show, so I go in and add little freckles by the bridge of my nose, and then I pat them in and kind of spread it so you create more. First round that I do, I like pat them in while they're still wet, right? Because I like having a bit of dimension, so I go in like 2 or 3 times to create like different opacity. So these are very light, and then I go in and add some more spread out though, kind of like very randomly. Like I don't think about the placement too much. I let that sit for a little bit, and then I pat those, and then you can go in for a 3rd round and just do some really small babies, just like random. And these I'm just gonna let them dry like that. Put in some mascara. I'm using the Maybelline Colossal. This was my holy grail mascara as a teenager, and it's just so good. You could definitely also add falsies to this. I personally just haven't really been into falsies anymore. I used to love them, but I don't know, they're just not my cup of tea. Like I can totally put them on, but I just feel like they're so heavy on my eyes, and I just don't really wear them anymore. Okay, so try to not make them too clumpy, but I'm like the queen of clumps. Last thing to do is lips. I honestly wear different lip colors every day, like whatever I'm kind of feeling. But I've recently just kind of rediscovered like my all-time favorite lip gloss, which is the NYX Butter Gloss in Praline. I used to wear the fuck out of this when I was like a teenager, and just like even a couple years ago, like when I first started YouTube, this was all I wore. Can the sun stop doing this? Like this was all I wore, and it's literally just the most perfect lip color for me personally. I'm running out. I need to get a new one. It literally smells so good. It's so cheap. Like it's just the most perfect thing ever. Yeah, this is kind of like my go-to makeup look whenever I'm filming or taking Instagram photos, and as soon as Corona allows us to go outside again, I would just kind of wear this out, obviously. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I will leave all the products that I use down below. I'll try to add links if I can. If there's anything you need to know, it will be down there, so go check that out. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give it a thumbs up if you did, and of course subscribe. Also make sure to follow me on my Instagram. I will have it linked down below. I post on there every day, so if you want to see like daily content of me, I would suggest going over there and checking it out. Thank you so much for watching. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next video.